the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. It's International Day of Friendship, Tony. Who's your best friend?
I'm Tony Kornheiser, a man who's co-hosted this show with me for years. Pablo Torre.
What?
What do you think? Pablo Torre. Yeah.
Very funny.
No, it's you.
Very funny.
Of course it's you.
You and Pablo hanging out.
Yeah, it's you and my dog Chessie who's in the room with me right now. And I hope we're in park. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, baseball's trade deadline approaches. A professional golfer pulls out an 18-inch putter. And Dan Graziano clubs yesterday. 11 starts. His last 11 starts. 9-0. Priestley, rather. 9-0 and a 2.60 ERA. They picked up. And that's better than your boy, The Miz. They picked up Andrew Vaughn to play some first base. His last 15 games batting .375. So everything tracks well for Milwaukee. That's why it's so important for the Cubs to stay above water with this and win this game. Yeah, I agree.
Day of relief for me. Meanwhile, baseball's trade deadline is about 24 hours away, and we've already got a little bit to discuss. The Angels landed pitchers Luis Garcia and Andrew Chafin from your Nationals, a sign that the Angels think they're going for it. And Twins shortstop Carlos Correa was out of the lineup today, and Bob Nightingale's reporting that Correa has told friends he'd be willing to waive his no trade to return to the Astros. Tone, where do you want to start?
I'm going to start with the Nationals. I'll just add parenthetically that at one point today they were down 9-1, so I don't have a lot of faith in them. These two pitchers, Garcia and Chafin, are relievers for the Nationals. The Nationals have, as you know, because I say it all the time, statistically, the worst bullpen in all of baseball. The ERA going into today was 5.66. So whoever you pick up from the Nationals, you're not getting Mariano Rivera, okay? Garcia's ERA is 4.10, which is nothing special. Chafin has been good. In the 20 innings that he's pitched, his ERA is 2.70. But the point for me is that the Nationals bullpen is terrible. There ought to be like hazard tape around it. Whoever he gets not going to help you. If, in fact, the Angels, by doing this, are going for it, you would say to them, well, why didn't you pick up relievers from a better bullpen? My belief, Mike, is that Mike Trout's not getting to the playoffs unless the Angels trade him. They trade him this year to a team that's going to the playoffs. Yeah. The Correa thing would have been very interesting 5 years ago when Correa was great. He is not great today. Not great today. So far this year, batting .267, got 7 home runs, 31 RBI. It's his least production of his entire career. I will concede it'll be fun to see him in Houston, fun to see him with Altuve, though they won't be playing next to each other. He'll be playing third base, and isn't Altuve in the outfield this year most of the time, right? So
the point with the Astros is they make the right moves. They do. Yeah. Everything the Astros do. Yeah. They over now a series of years, they get it right. And maybe Correa needs that emotionally. Maybe he knows. I remember when he went to the Twins, it was like, whoa, this is a great move for the Twins. They're getting a truly great player. And then, then it sort of peters out, as you point out, and there's less production. Going back to the Astros could be a brilliant stroke, could be. These other moves so far are around the fringes. The big guns are still out there waiting to be dealt, and I guess we're going to come down to the 11th hour right here in the desert. We're waiting for a team that could basically just say could cave and go all prospects and get rid of big-time front-line players. The Diamondbacks could do that. It has not happened as of this moment, but it could. So there's a lot more to talk about coming, we would think.
Tyler Rogers is a very good reliever. He just went to the Mets from the Giants, and that is a pretty big move for the Mets. I mean, everybody needs
1.80 ERA. That is a good move for the Mets.
Yeah. We turn to golf now, and
he ain't got no job no more.
Look, you know what? Here, we
had a 3-day weekend. Tony, how did you spend it?
I'm Tony Kornheiser, the usual. Golfing, napping, wingsuit base jumping. You ever do that?
Yeah, well, you can tell me in the break what the hell that is.
So you put on this suit so you literally look like Rocky the Flying Squirrel, and then you jump, and then you fly around. I would never do this. Never.
No.
I mean, no. It's unthinkable. But you do look like Rocky the Flying Squirrel for those people who are Bullwinkle fans. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, Aaron Rodgers responds to Terry Bradshaw, Aaron Judge hits the IL, and Nikola Jokic cries. Sacramento, good for him. Good for him.
Great
What's
for him.
next?
There's no better night, though. He's not topping this. Not ever. He can play 25 years. He can go Tom Brady length of time.
Stop talking.
And he's not going to top this.
Stop. There's another question. I want to hold up the mailbox again because it is an awful-looking mailbox.
Mailbox is
Okay,
hideous.
here we go. Are the Pirates right to ramp up Paul Skenes' pitch count?
No. No, and I'm a guy who wants to see starting pitchers out there, and Paul Skenes is must-see TV. But the Pirates are out of it. They're the only team in the division, Cubs, Brewers, Cardinals, Reds. The Pirates are the only team in the division out of it. So why ramp him up? To what end? You're not in contention. You're not in wild card contention. Just he'll wind up getting about 190 innings just with his normal starts and normal innings left. I don't get it.
Yeah. Okay, so until this particular game, he hadn't thrown more than 88 pitches in any one outing since June 19th. In this game, he threw 99 pitches. So let's not get crazy here. He didn't throw 135. He's a professional starting pitcher, and he threw 99 pitches. That's okay with me. Let me go through some numbers here. He now has 45 starts in a little under 2 full seasons. 266 innings total, which is about, Mike, just under 6 innings per start. His career ERA is 1.89. This year it's 1.83, and it's 9.9 strikeouts per 9 innings. He had 9 strikeouts in this game, all of them swinging. These are Walter Johnson numbers, kids. I know you love this guy, The Miz. You let me know when he's got numbers like this at this point in his career. Paul Skenes is fabulous. And then 99 pitches is no big deal. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, but Tony, the point is, why ramp him up now? And get in contention. Go get some hitters. Go get a lineup. So just to throw him out there now.
But you don't mind that he throws 99 pitches. He's not Fergie Jenkins throwing 135.
Tony, I'm not comparing him to that. I know that.
No.
Now, maybe he wants it, and maybe they got to give it to him, or they think he leaves. I'm not comparing him to it. You're the one who went through the numbers because you've become numbers obsessed. I don't know why.
Yeah,
the numbers don't compare to anything that matter.
Go look up the big train. Look at his numbers. They're this kid's numbers. Enough email.
Yeah.
Let's take one last break.
What's up, Dodgers Nation? It's Victor here, your sleepless, heart on my sleeve, ride or die Dodgers fan. And today, I'm telling you about a rumor that honestly gave me chills. Picture this. You're at Dodger Stadium. It's a warm summer night in July. The crowd is electric. And walking out of that bullpen is not Tyler Glasnow. It's Paul Skenes. Yeah? The 6'6" flame-throwing monster who's basically rewriting pitching history, wearing Dodger blue. This isn't just some wild dream. The baseball world is buzzing that Skenes may already have 1 foot out the door in Pittsburgh. And let me tell you, the Dodgers have the money, the prospects, and the championship window to make this happen. So, how real is this? What would it take? And should the Dodgers even consider pulling the trigger? Buckle up, because we're diving deep into it. Alright, first, let's talk about why Paul Skenes is a generational talent. This guy was the #1 overall pick in the 2023 draft, and in just 46 career MLB starts, he's rocking a 1.99 ERA. You heard that right? 1.99. That's the lowest ERA through 46 starts of any pitcher since the start of the live ball era in 1920. That's over a century of baseball history, and Skenes is at the top. For perspective, the next closest was Vita Blue at 2.03 back in the early 70s. And Skenes isn't just dominating, he's overpowering. We're talking triple-digit heat, devastating slider, elite command. He's 23 years old, barely scratching the surface of what he can be, and already looks like the kind of ace you build a dynasty around. So if he's that good, why on earth would Pittsburgh even think about letting him go? 2 words, Bob Nutting. The Pirates owner is worth over $1 billion, but since taking over in 2007, he's never let payroll hit $100 million, not once. This year, they're at $83.8 million, 21st in MLB. They've gone 9 straight seasons without making the playoffs, and it's not because of Skenes. It's because the front office refuses to invest in building a real contender around him. Reports say even MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred has personally pressured Nutting to spend more, and it's still not happening. In fact, word is he's already told the GM to keep next year's payroll the same or lower. Translation, Pittsburgh is wasting Skenes' prime years, and here's where it gets interesting. Skenes himself is dropping hints. Just last week, in a radio interview, he straight up said the Pirates need to consciously and intentionally make moves to get us better. That's not exactly cryptic. That's a 100-mile-per-hour fastball straight at the owner's chest. Fansided's Christopher Klein even wrote that Skenes has 1 foot out the door. And honestly, I believe it. Because let's be real, how long can a guy with his talent stay patient on a losing team with no sign of change? This is where the Dodgers come in. Look, our championship window is wide open, but starting pitching depth has been tested with injuries. Glasnow's had his bumps, Yamamoto's coming back from the IL, and while Bobby Miller and Gavin Stone have been solid, imagine adding this guy to the mix. The Dodgers have the farm system to make a deal. We've got premium prospects, we've got young controllable talent, and we've got the financial muscle to extend him long term. You think Skenes wouldn't want to play for a contender in front of 50,000 screaming fans every night in the City of Stars with Ohtani and Mookie in the lineup? Come on. Plus, the Dodgers front office knows the value of an ace. We've seen it with Kershaw, we've seen it with Walker Buehler in October, and now we could have a guy who's combining that level of dominance with Garrett Cole's stuff in his early 20s. So what would it take? For the Pirates to even consider it, it's gonna hurt. Think multiple top prospects. We're talking names like Dalton Rushing, Josue DePaula, maybe even one of our young big league arms like Gavin Stone. And here's the scary part. Skenes is under team control through 2029. That means Pittsburgh doesn't have to move him anytime soon. So the only way this happens is if Skenes makes it clear he's not staying long term. And the Dodgers come with an offer so big they can't refuse. The risk? You give up a haul, you invest big money, and there's always the injury factor with pitchers. But the reward? You're pairing Yamamoto and Skenes at the top of the rotation for years. That's scary for every other team in baseball. So here's the bottom line, Dodgers Nation. Paul Skenes might be stuck in Pittsburgh right now, but everything we're seeing, from the Pirates' refusal to spend to Skenes' own words, points to a future where he's wearing another uniform. And if the Dodgers want to secure the next ace of a generation, this is the kind of move that could define the next decade of Dodgers baseball. But I want to know what you think. Would you trade top prospects for Paul Skenes right now? Do you think the Pirates would even consider moving him before 2029? And can you imagine a postseason rotation of Yamamoto, Skenes, and Glasnow? Because I can, and it looks like a parade in downtown LA. Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Because if anything breaks on this story, you know I'll be here to talk about it first. This is Victor, latest Los Angeles Dodgers news. And I'm out. Let's go Dodgers!